Okay. What time is it?
Wait a minute.
What time is it?
I think it's 40.
Like a judge. What time is it? And then we can start class at
9:38.
9:38. Roll 'em. Welcome, guys, to Sauce Theory class, which I think is probably one of the most important classes you guys could take in Western cooking. This class. Why? Why do you think it's important?
Sauce.
Yeah, sauce theory. Why would I say it's so important?
Because it's very important thing about food in Western cooking.
It is what defines Western cooking. Sauces is what makes Western cooking. Come up. So I don't have to talk so loud. Where am I? There we go. Look at that. Face to face. Social distancing. You've been vaccinated, right?
Pardon?
You've been vaccinated.
Yeah.
Twice? Once.
Once.
Once? No, that's okay. I've been twice.
Okay.
When you think about Korean cooking, what do you think about? Korean flavor.
Flavor, spicy, and little bit. What is that? Savory.
No, I think spicy. I mean, Thai food's spicy, so that's not necessarily special. Mexican food's spicy.
Ah.
All food's savory. Ask anybody what their home cooking. They go, oh yeah, my food's the best.
Yeah.
So that's savory. But flavor-wise,
Flavor-wise, it's a little bit strong, but it's bland. I mean,
I agree with your first one. Korean food is pretty strong.
yeah.
A lot of garlic, a lot of chili. There's nothing really mild in Korean cooking. I mean, except something like samgyetang,
Yeah.
kalguksu. But kalguksu, I mean, it depends where you go. It can be spicy too. I never seen spicy samgyetang. That's one thing I've never seen spicy. Everything else I have.
Yeah.
There's 5 flavors to Korean food. 5 flavors.
5 flavors. Salty.
Well, ganjang, soy sauce.
간장, 설탕, it's sugar, garlic.
Oh no, this is sugar to you. Traditional. Let's talk about what Grandma makes. Sugar's a new thing here. You know that.
Yeah, sugar, soy sauce, garlic. What is it? Leek or green onion.
Pa.
Yeah,
That's
pa.
pa TV.
And I think it's huchu pepper.
How about the red one?
Red one.
Soy sauce, garlic, onions.
Onion?
Yep, pa. Big fan, but
okay.
just a big fan. But we'll say pa or green onion.
Yeah.
2 more items.
2 more. I think is sesame seed.
I'm looking for gochujang or gochu.
Chili.
Yeah, I mean that shows up in everything really, except for samgyetang.
Yeah.
And one other item that you guys didn't, you kind of said close to it, changitam, right? You take those 5 items and you put that on anything and you'll eat it.
Yeah.
You'll eat it. No matter what it is, you put those 5 items on something, you'll eat it. And that is a basic of Korean cooking.
Yeah.
What's another thing of Korean cooking? Okay, we talked about that seasoning, that group of seasonings. One other thing. Describe Korean food. Did you eat this morning?
No.
What did you eat last night?
Ramen.
Okay, no, yeah. You live what?
Dormitory.
Dormitory. Yes, I eat a lot of ramen.
Yeah.
But in the morning time, when you're with your mother, what does she give you?
Actually, she didn't give me my lunch.
Get out of the house, she says. Get.
No, because my mom is very busy. Anyway.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But Korean food's wet. It is wet. Even the panchan is always
Very
blanched and things like that. Even the bread is steamed bread,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now, what it is that to understand Western cooking, you really need to understand your cooking.
Ah.
You really do.
Yeah.
And now, when we talk about sauces in Korean, what do you have? You have gangjang, gochujang,
된장.
doenjang, tojang?
도장?
Yeah, for like seafood, for fish.
젓갈.
Jokang, that's another one. Yeah, but like when you have like chobap and things like that, or usually like aobap, you put a type of gochujang in there, but it's a little different. Tojang, tangjang, tojang.
I didn't hear about that.
It's something that's really specific to like bibimbap, aobap. It's a type of sauce. But that's about the list. Right there, about 5 or 6 items. You don't have a lot of sauces.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you have obviously mayonnaise and ketchup and things, but that's all imported. Think about, grandma, what grandma would use, right? So, but in Western cooking, we have thousands of sauces.
Oh.
Really. And a lot of them spread from the 5 big ones. Do you know the 5 big sauces?
It's a butter sauce, you mean?
Other sauces, yeah.
Tomato, whole grain, I think.
Hollandaise.
Hollandaise. And demi-glace. And
Demi-glace.
velouté bechamel.
Right, good, very good. And from those 5, and then you could throw mayonnaise in there.
Yeah.
I don't because it's a cold sauce. It doesn't really belong with the hot sauces.
Ah.
But it is, some teachers or some books or some say, oh, there's 6 mother sauces or ground sauces. I use the term ground sauce, but mother sauce is fine too. And from each of those, you can come up with 20 different varieties of sauces. And then from those 20 varieties, you can add more items and change it. And in classical French, it's very, very complex. We don't go that deep. We only go 1 layer. Like if you take demi-glace and you make sauce chaucer.
Sauce chaucer.
Chaucer, which is mushrooms. It's mushrooms, champignon. But there's brandy in it and chervil and things like that. It changed. In Korea, a lot of times you guys say demi-glace sauce, but demi-glace is a mother sauce.
Yeah.
You really have to finish it. You don't really say it, but we could go down to the beach and get steak with demi-glace sauce. And that's really not, it's like having chicken with stock. It's not finished. It's not a finished sauce. So we're gonna make all these sauces. We're gonna make all 5 of the ground sauces and some what we call small sauces from that. But before we do that, once again, what's the difference between, like, say, a Korean sauce and an average Korean sauce, an average Western sauce? What's the difference?
Korean sauce. I think.
Let's pick gochujang and bechamel. No, well, let's put some. No, okay, bechamel. Bechamel.
I think it's thickness is a little bit different.
No, they could be almost. Well, gochujang's usually thicker.
Yeah.
Usually served cold, so that's maybe not a good. Mayonnaise, you know mayonnaise, right?
Yeah.
Do you know aioli?
Aioli?
Garlic mayonnaise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which we'll make. Which why not? It's a very classical Southern French mayonnaise, and it's why eat regular mayonnaise when you can eat garlic mayonnaise, right? I mean, for me. So we got gochujang, cold sauce, and mayonnaise, cold sauce, aioli cold sauce. How do you make gochujang?
Chili powder and fish sauce, and what is it? We call chapsalpul. It's mean.
Chapsalgo, sweet rice powder.
No, it's not powder. It's
Flour.
pul. It mean little bit like glue something. It's very sticky. What's the?
Oh, okay, but it's made from chapsalgaro. They mix water with it. You use it to put up traditional windows.
Yeah, that's it.
I put up windows, traditional windows at the temple. Yeah. And what we did, we took chapsalgaro and mixed with water,
Yeah.
and then put paintbrush and put it up, and then
I know about that, but I think didn't you do that?
yeah, no. There's a lot of things I've done more. I spent 7 and almost 8 months in a temple in Korea. So I've made dubu from planting, picking, and making dubu that way. I've done doenjang, but we didn't grow we bought the kong. I've done kimchi many times. Yeah, so I'm pretty good at Korean cooking. But anyway, get back to the thing. Okay, so you got gochugaru,
Fish sauce,
fish sauce, molchijut.
멸치젓 or 새우젓.
Yeah, right, or whatever. And families are different. Some people put garlic in. There's a lot of different Asians. But those three items, the jambon starch,
Oh yeah. And onion,
onion.
onion or another vegetable.
Yeah, every family has their own kind of recipe.
Yeah.
But generally, those three items plus, let's say, onion and garlic.
Ah.
Let's just keep it simple because so somebody, oh no, my family puts carrot in or something. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but we get those 5 items. And mayonnaise, how do you make mayonnaise?
Egg and
Egg yolks.
egg yolk and oil and I think it's a salt or vinegar.
You need some kind of acid. Lemon, I prefer lemon juice, but
Ah.
vinegar, yes. You need some kind of acid to make it stick together. And salt, pepper.
Ah.
Right? So we basically have the same 5 items, right? We're basically starting out the same thing. But what's the big difference between these 2 items?
I think it's I think about that, but I forgot it's
Price.
ah
So let's just very basically look at the price
yeah
of oil, eggs, lemon, and fresh lemon, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper's not that, but that. And you look at this, gochujang, which is gochugaru is fairly cheap, but that's the most expensive item. Everything else is cheap,
yeah
right? So we got a big price difference in there. So we established now that both cuisines have sauces that fit the cuisine, right?
Yeah.
Korea doesn't have that many sauces because Korean food's pretty wet.
yeah
You don't need it. What's a typical Western cooking style? Typical.
oven
Oven, dry.
And-
Grilling, dry. Saute, dry. Broiling, dry. Really a lot of sandwiches, dry.
Yeah.
We have a lot of dry food. So each culture, if Korea was a sandwich culture,
yeah
you would develop many sauces.
yeah
It was as simple as that. So that being said, besides the price and need, we kind of need these sauces. Roast chicken's nice, but
Yeah.
like we made the gorgonzola cream sauce,
yeah
and that was very nice. I don't know if you liked it. Did you like that?
I like it.
Yeah, that was really nice. But it's one of the students said, "What did he say about it?"
I don't like it because
But
it's
why didn't he like it?
because it smells so strong.
Oh, well, I didn't put that much gorgonzola in. I wish I put more in, to be honest with you. But he said yolkihada.
Ah, greasy.
Greasy, yeah, sure, because roux is flour and butter. We
Yeah.
added heavy cream. It is.
Yeah.
I understand his point.
Many Korean don't like it. It's very greasy.
Yeah, but if I gave that to a Westerner, like, no, it's not healthy, and I don't eat like that every day. Nor do my mother. She never made gorgonzola cream sauce. She doesn't do that. But when we were in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
And when people go to the restaurant, they're not on the diet business. They're out to celebrate a birthday or anniversary. They'll like take those extra calories for that day because it's for a special reason.
Yeah.
And that's what restaurants are all about. In Korea, restaurants usually is just getting a meal,
Yeah.
because here it's reasonable. In America, you can't really get a meal for 10, for Monin.
Ah.
You really can't, unless you go to McDonald's, and that might even be like a Happy Meal in America.
Happy Meal.
Yeah, no. I went with my brother and family. He has 4 kids, two father, mother, 4 kids, me, and a cousin. And we went to McDonald's. This is like 8 years ago now.
8 years
Yeah,
ago.
it was over $100.
$100.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I had culture shock because when I left America, McDonald's was cheap food,
Yeah.
and now back then, granted it's a big group of people, but I never expected that, and I was paying. Oh, don't worry, I'll pay. Doing. What sauce is McDonald's? Ketchup.
Ketchup, mayo.
In Korea, a lot more mayonnaise. And that's another thing too. If you go to McDonald's in America, you get half the amount of sauce. Because for the Korean market, they add extra mayonnaise. They add mayonnaise to everything. But in America, it's usually just ketchup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to ask for mayonnaise.
Oh.
Because they got to make it wet for the Korean market. What does McDonald's serve in India?
India curry?
No. Well, yeah, well, they do have a curry chicken.
Really?
But they don't sell beef.
Ah.
Because it's a Hindu country. Right? So McDonald's changes its menu. McDonald's sells rice in Indonesia.
Mm.
It's funny, they don't sell rice here, but they sell rice in Indonesia. I think in the Philippines too. I should ask Arlene. She might not know, she's been out for a while. But McDonald's changes their menu to fit the local customs. Because the Hindu people don't eat beef, so they're not going to have that. They have lamb, they have chicken. The McRib, do you know the McRib? Is that over in Korea?
Mackerel mean
McRib, it's Daejeongogi ribs.
galbi.
Yeah, galbi, but not real galbi. It's like chicken nuggets and not really chicken. You know what I mean? That's very popular in southern part of the United States because they eat a lot of pork there. But in New York, it's not common. So even within America, there's McDonald's has a different. Everybody has a Big Mac. Everybody has a Big Mac. Everybody has their cheeseburgers because their cheeseburgers are what made them famous. Believe it or not. So understanding the differences in cuisine, understands how they're made, and your taste change. Now, because I've been here so long, I find Western food pretty oily. This class is important. It is one of the most important classes you could take here. The second one is accounting.
Counting.
Money classes.
Ah.
Those are real important. You come to my kitchen, I'll show you how to cook. You come to my kitchen, I'm not going to show you how to do the numbers.
Yeah.
That's what school's for, and focus on that. Focus on the numbers. For the guys that miss in class, here's our sign-in sheet. We are supposed to be face-to-face. You guys are supposed to be here. A little disappointed. And then we have this paper sign.
This one?
Yeah, let me get that one. My phone just went off. I'm surprised it's sweet, because sometimes it just texts me and says I can't make it. No. I sent this picture to my wife. She said, it looks good.
This looks good.
So this is an introduction at Basic Stocks with handouts, but what we're going to do is the next two classes will be online.
Yeah.
Right? When a lot of things are going to be, there's a lot of new things and a lot of the sauces, the sauces. We're going to start out all over basics again. So when we get into the kitchen, because of the price of this stuff, I want to make everything right. We're going to do the demi-glace. Do you know how to make demi-glace?
I didn't hear about that.
You didn't study, okay. The word demi means half.
Yeah.
You remember the actress Demi Moore?
Demi something?
Demi means half.
Yeah.
So demi-glace is half glass.
Ah.
Glace means ice in French. So it's thick. I actually, the chicken stock, the consomme we had,
Yeah.
I reduced that down to a glass
Ah.
upstairs. We go look at it, it's frozen, you can't really tell, but remember that was how much? About 3-4 liters?
Yeah.
Now it's a half a liter.
Ah.
And it's really, really tasty. But that's, if you think about that, just that we made consomme, we made chicken stock, we made consomme, and I took the consomme and reduced it to glace.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's reducing in a long time.
Right, but what does it take to reduce?
Pardon?
What does it take? How do you reduce something?
Simmering.
Uh-huh. How long you think?
3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, good guess. Yeah. Those about 3 to 4 hours. I'm not even sure. We got down. So when you go home, where's home?
Chawon.
Chawon. So when you go home next time, weekend you go home?
I think in next month.
Next month, okay. Next month, go home, take a shower for 3 hours,
Ah.
and listen to how much your mother will scream at you. Yeah, your skin will come off in 3 hours. But this is once again, we're talking about very expensive stuff. So demi-glace is made, first of all, you start out with brown stock. How do you make brown stock?
Grilling the bone.
Roasting.
Yeah, roasting bone and put that pot and fill the water
Uh-huh.
and boiling with the milfoil. It's wrong. Simmer.
You know that.
Yeah, because I confused about it's black stock. I think it's very color is very black. So I think is this
Well, let me tell you how first of all, yes, you're right. You roast the bones for about 2 hours
yeah
until brown. Then you roast the mirepoix
yeah
another 15, 20 minutes until that's brown. You separate the two. You know, right? You simmer the bones. You simmer. That's a key point. Simmer. Well, when you're browning the bones, so you add tomato paste, and that browns and blackens.
yeah
That's called pincé.
Pincé.
A lot of new words, but don't worry about it now. So you roast the bones, then you simmer the bones. For how long?
3 to 4 hours.
6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8
Some
hours.
chefs say 12. Well, beef bones are big.
Yeah.
They are big. So we're going to simmer that. Then we add the mirepoix and sachet de spice for only 1 hour again, just at the end. Right? So you have 6 to 8 hours. You have plus 3 hours of, say 2 hours with the bones. Right? So we're at 10 hours already. Right? Just to make brown stock.
Oh my god.
Now we're going to make demi-glace. So we're going to take half that stock and make espagnole sauce.
That's fine.
What you guys call brown sauce,
Ah.
which is roux,
Roux.
mirepoix, sachet de spice. So that's another hour cooking of that. Then we have the old stock and espagnole sauce, brown sauce. We put those two together and then we reduce by half. Demi, half, 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 half. Very simple to remember. But once again, we're talking 15 hours of gas. We're not talking about time cleaning pots and scrubbing, just cooking time, about 15 hours of just gas. So this is very expensive. So the reason why we have the online lectures and stuff, so when we get into class, we're not going to make any mistakes. We can't afford it. We can't afford, oh well. You're right? And if you're in the kitchen and stuff that you really can't. Not too many places do their own demi-glace. But you'll see when we make real demi-glace, you taste it. I'll get a can demi-glace, even a good quality.
Yeah.
It tastes really, really different. It really does. Once you taste it, then you're gonna understand that why some place gets a 5 stars and the other place gets 2 stars. It's about that. And if you look at this, we're not. We're going to be changing this up a little, but still, we're basically going to be doing all this stuff. It's just the first 2 classes would be online. We've made bechamel and veloute, but we'll do that too.
Yeah.
And we'll roast the chicken and put sauces on it, basically. Unless you guys, there's something you want to make. And then number 7.
Classical tomato sauce. Is that? We make the Italy tomato sauce.
Right. This is something that I only made in school in 1986. Haven't made it since the 80s. And what I remember was a wonderful style tomato sauce. The difference in it, because I remember quite clearly, because I was when in class I was like, tomato sauce, boring, yeah. But you have smoked pork, you have brown stock, you have roux, things that we don't put in the Italian cooking. The Italian cooking is really tomatoes, onions, and herbs.
Yeah.
That's about it. Garlic and onions and stuff like that, but that's about it. But this is a pureed, really smooth sauce. And we had it over grilled tuna. Chamchi,
Tuna.
fresh tuna grilled with a tomato sauce.
Wow.
I still dream of it. So I think we should do that. No, because I think it's time especially in Korea now, the people's tastes have gotten much more sophisticated. I mean, even Bansang has Bosco.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you think about that's a big step for this little area.
Yeah.
So it's a healthier sauce. Hollandaise, we can make hollandaise because we'll have some egg whites left over and stuff, egg yolks, make that. A lot of places don't serve hollandaise in America or in the world. Can you guess why?
Price?
No, we're talking nice restaurants. The price, they have demi-glace, but they.
How about, is that baking time? The cooking time?
Oh, that's like the shujebi. Like a lot of places aren't making shujebi anymore because of the time it takes. No, sanitation. You really don't cook the eggs 100%. When you make hollandaise, eggs are still pretty. You know how to make hollandaise?
I didn't make the hollandaise.
No, maybe make it anyway. But what it is clarified butter
Yeah.
and egg yolks, and you put it over a bain-marie, a double boiler, and you whip in the butter.
Ah.
Right? But what you're not doing, you're not really cooking the eggs 100%. They're still kind of raw eggs. And in some states, because America is a country of states,
Yeah.
it's legal. You can do that. Some states you cannot have it. Some states have it, you can only have it for 1 hour. After you make it, serve it for 1 hour, and then make again. Because there is a problem. Salmonella is a problem. Mayonnaise is okay because it's made cold, kept cold, and you add enough vinegar or lemon to kill bacteria.
Yeah.
But hollandaise doesn't have that. You put a little lemon in there, but not enough to kill it. And it's kept warm, not hot. So,
It's very big problem about the.
yeah, so I mean, we can make it just for fun.
Ah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think you'll ever make that again. You'll make mayonnaise, but even mayonnaise, a lot of places don't make mayonnaise because it's uncooked eggs. Even though it's kept cold, everything, as long as everything's cold, and you know I always keep things on ice when it's supposed to be. But the hot sauces, velouté, bechamel, demi-glace, yeah, there's no problem with that. Tomato, there's no problem with that. It's just hollandaise, we can learn it, we can do it, but I don't think I'd do it again. I don't think you do. But that's where we're at school, you're here to learn that. Okay? And for you guys too, I'm going to post another video behind this video, which was introductory to the first class, online class. Probably similar material, but it'll be fine. That's it. Any questions, sir?
Oh, I think about the question, but I'm working.
Think about it. Think about it. This is what I came up with, a list. As any teacher, like, my goal is to teach you certain things, right? So,
Yeah.
I was looking at this list. We talked about Espanol sauce. We talked about brown stock, brown roux mirepoix. Demi-glace we talked about. We didn't talk about roux ratio.
Roux ratio.
Yeah, we did not talk about that. We will do it in class and on the videos. So that's one thing you talk about. How thick? Like, if you remember, we made you guys remember, but a lot of you guys are in that class, Italian class. I said make a light bechamel.
In that last week.
Last week.
Class.
Light roux. Velouté, excuse me. A light velouté.
Yeah.
Nobody really questioned, I maybe didn't even understand what I was talking about. But what it was, because we were going to add cheese to it, you didn't want to make it thick. So there's 3, light, medium, and heavy
Yeah.
roux. I wanted a light one because we're going to add cheese to it.
Ah.
You know what I mean? So there's different strengths of sauces.
Really?
Yeah. No, we have a lot to learn. We have a lot to go over. Onion piquant, which we used in. Do you remember we took the onion? We made bechamel. And we took an onion and put bay leaf with cloves and floated that.
Yeah.
That's an onion piquant. That's very classical. It's a very classical thing, and that's you use that always in bechamel.
Oh.
A lot of teachers don't. Bechamel too always has nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
Yeah. Now nutmeg is a seasoning that is not popular even in West anymore. It's coming back with pumpkin spice. Do you know pumpkin spice?
No.
You know pumpkin pie?
Yeah,
Yeah, American pumpkin pie has cloves in it, and nutmeg, and cinnamon. And that flavor's coming back, and that's a very old group of flavors. Nutmeg is why you speak English,
nutmeg.
is why you speak English.
I don't know.
Reason why English is a dominant language of the world is because of nutmeg. Want to hear the story? You want to hear the story? No, you guys want to leave. I'll tell him the story. True story.
Yeah.
England and Netherlands for almost 150 years. That is 6 generations killing each other for spices.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big, oh yeah, spice, big money. England had one island in Indonesia called Roon, R-O-O-N, name of the island.
Room.
And the Dutch controlled the rest. And England was running out of money. The island, the Dutch blockaded, nothing coming in, nothing out. For 150 years, it's not making them any money. And England had India to look to
Yeah.
and wanted to peace, just make peace. So they said, well, let's trade islands. And Dutch said, okay, yeah, we get the Spice Island. What do you want? And England's going, Manhattan,
Manhattan.
New York City. They traded New York City for this island that you don't even know about.
Wow.
And if that didn't happen, we'd probably be speaking Dutch today.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But it's all about nutmeg. Columbus, when he went to the New World,
Yeah.
what did he say when he landed? For God, gold, and spices. So spices really opened up, that was the age of exploration, was looking actually for nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon. Really interesting. Food history is extremely interesting. Which I might put on the videos too. Why not? Why not? Small sauces, we made a Mornay sauce.
Mornay?
Mornay, we added cheese to velouté.
Ah.
Now, traditional Mornay sauce is Gruyere cheese, Swiss cheese. Traditional. We added Gorgonzola, but we still can use the name. It's still a Mornay sauce, a cheese sauce. Velouté, make of course. I think you understand now. This stuff's really expensive.
Yeah.
Stocks. What are the 2 types of stocks? This is a funny question. A lot of students don't even. It's a simple answer. 2
What?
types of stocks.
White and brown?
You're my hero. Yes, yes. I put that on a test, and a lot of students never get that. Right?
Everyone didn't forget.
Yeah. Well, this is a. Well, yeah. A lot of people they get too complex. A very simple one. Sachet de spice, you know. The 10 steps of making stock. What's the steps of chicken stock? Hello. What are you doing? What are you doing?
네, 뒤지.
아예.
Get over here. Get,
오케이.
여기 앉아 있어. 여기.
오케이.
yeah, I guess get behind. What happened?
어떻게 된 거야? 너 문자 안 받았어?
이태리 있었어요.
어?
이태리 있었어요.
Yeah, he was like yesterday.
Yesterday?
그러니까
English
어제
class.
보냈는데?
Last class.
어제 보냈어.
Yeah, yesterday.
아닌가? 21일 목요일. 맞잖아.
그러니까 어제 문자 보냈는데 왜 안 왔어? 아침부터 있는데.
오늘 왜 어제?
보자.
목요일이네.
오늘이 목요일이잖아. 그래. 그래서 10시 반. 아. They missing about the texting because they texting in all student to 10:30.
Oh,
Oh.
wonder why. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine then too.
Oh my god! What happened?
Oh.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Let me get to 아니 나 오늘 아침부터 수업인 줄 알고 9시 반
That's fine. That's fine.
오늘 문자 오고 9시 반이 아니고 10시 반에 오니. 아,
아니,
10시 반이 아니고